What's up, guys? It's me. I'm just gonna go for a little walk here. I've been watching videos on YouTube, doing stuff since, I don't know, 5:30 this morning. Now it's time to go out for a walk and just take it easy for a minute. I need it. Especially since I've been kind of restless, you know. It's a nice little walk to calm the nerves, take away the strings of stress. It's a nice little breeze, but it's chilly. I'll put my hood over my head. Maybe you can see my shadow there. Come on, hoods. Got two jackets here. Which one? There it is. Where's the other one? Alright. Nothing like cold ears, eh? Like a piece of trash blew over here. A couple of things. I don't know if it's mine or someone else's. No. My place has got some stuff around that it needs to be cleaned up. But it's not as bad as some places I've seen before. Back when I started trekking around here a lot, I'd find myself on old places or abandoned places and trash everywhere. Stuff everywhere for like a whole acre. Not just one place either. Multiple places. I wonder if they went through what I went through. And that's why they ended up all messy like I am. Deep-seated problems, I guess. But then it can be other things too, physical issues. I used to be better at keeping things straightened up. And sciatica started bothering me years ago. That's not why I haven't got it done yet. It's this chilly weather. It's almost warm enough I feel like I can really get on it. But I'm overwhelmed in my head by it. It's like having a haystack in front of you and you got 15 seconds to find a needle. It's that kind of frustration. Like, oh, can I do it? Can I do it? I'm only one guy. I don't like asking for help. I wish it was easy. That's how I feel. I ain't even got but $4 in my bank account. I'm not asking anyone for help. So that should give you a pretty good idea how much I don't like asking for help. I have 22 ounces of chicken in my freezer and a small personal pizza. And I don't expect to see any money until Friday. Might be earlier, I don't know. So yeah. To tell you how much I don't like to ask for help. Now granted, it's fine to ask for help, I know. And I tried it once and didn't get no help, so I figured, well, that's the way it is sometimes, and so I'm not even going to bother with it. Why take that risk when I know I can take care of it my own way, some way or another? Because I'm quite resourceful, extremely smart, and just a little too lazy, I guess. So that's how it is. I don't know, my ambitions are not always in the right place. It's funny, when I was a kid, I always had this notion to go and help other people. But then when I wanted to do something for myself, I don't want to do it. I've always kind of been that way. It's weird. It's kind of a problem, but it's also been a blessing in a way, because I can give without needing anything or feeling like I need anything. And that's made me a great person for other people, which is, quite frankly, what my life is more about than anything. So, there's a pizza box. Yep. As soon as I got more money for gas, I'm hooking my trailer up and I'm going to drive along, get any junk I see along here that's been blowing around. Nature's been calling me to do it, saying it's time to clean up around here. We like it nice. Well, it's kind of chilly walking this way with the wind coming at me a bit. The breeze. The mountains got some snow yesterday. Let's zoom in here, see if it'll come out or not. They're so far out there. I don't know. It's like 30 miles just to the Butte, I think. Anyway. Yep. Boy, it's sure peaceful out by the Butte out there. There's nothing out there for miles and miles and miles. Not like here where you get a couple of people here and there. But there's no one there. There's no one there. Where'd it go? Can't see it because it's camouflagey. Yeah, there it is. No one there. Sometimes a person's there. They're always home at one of those three places. Where that little thing there is, there's a place that burned down. Sometimes there's a person here at this white place there, and that back there is a rancher's place. All of those three buildings. Yep. They got cows out here that roam the area. This is all free range land. All free range land. You know, if you guys ever want me to hook you up with a person that can get you something out here to buy, you just drop a comment. I'll give you a phone number. Yes, I will. The person that I bought mine from, he's not selling land anymore, so it won't be him. But since then, I've run across a new friend that buys and sells land out here. And I got an ad in the mail a while back about somebody that buys and sells land in all over the area. But the one that's local here, he'd be easy to work with. So that's the phone number I would give you. Average of price is about $1,000 an acre. Water rights are expensive. You have to have a water right ticket or whatever it is for so many acre feet of water you can use every so often. And getting a well and a pump is expensive. It's $20,000 minimum, probably. But once it's all done, which is a big deal for most people, but once it's all done, you're set to go. Of course, you know, you want power. You got generators and solar panels for that, you know. It's all a big deal when you go looking at it from the picture frame point of view. Once you're in it, you just kind of work through it little by little. That's how it goes. And the big stuff, such as getting a well, it may not happen for a long time. But you just keep working at it. Or make a plan to make it happen quick. That can work too. Investments, gigantic loans if that's a possibility for you. But yeah, the solar power itself is a very good investment if you have to use a generator a lot, because they cost more than grid power does, you know. And even if you're on grid power, a little bit of solar is nice to have for just for fun. Makes you feel a little uppity up in the world about doing something for the planet, you know. Not that the planet cares that much, but it probably could use a little help here and there. However, that's not the reason I started with the solar power. The generator, I'm on my fourth one now. They don't last, you know. They work hard. They work very hard. What's this? Mosquito repellent. There's something you don't need out here. It's too dry for mosquitoes. Most of the time it's too dry. Anyway, where was I? I always lose train of thought. It's not my fault. I have had attention deficit for most of my life. I don't know if it was something from when I was born, but yeah, they tried putting me on Ritalin. I was about 7 years old. And I had that in my life for about 5 years or so. And then I just got tired of the way it made me feel. Yeah, so I quit taking it. Nonetheless, I did some other damages to my mind over the years, experimenting with drugs and drinking like a fish. So these days my memory don't work so well anymore. It's hard to deal with. It's probably gone. I probably spent it, but I saved up some money a while back. I can't remember if I still have it saved or not somewhere. It's frustrating. $700. Is it there somewhere in the house? Or is it not somewhere in the house? Yep. Let's see here. I'm just checking the time on the video. I don't want to make it much more than 20 minutes, I suppose. Maybe a little longer. It takes them so long to upload. I got pretty slow internet service, and the phone is the only service that I have for internet. Yeah. It works. There is options out here for wireless internet, but it's shoddy, kind of unreliable sometimes. The phone service, it stays going usually. Once in a while the towers get knocked out by bad weather. Not too often though. But I remember a friend years ago had one of them panel antennas going to a service out here, and sometimes it didn't work. You have to have them come out and readjust the antenna. 6 or 7 times that happened before he finally got tired of it, and I showed him how to make his phone work for his internet needs. And from there on after, he used his phone internet. Kind of funny. It's more reliable out here, which you wouldn't expect. But if you know a little bit about cell sites, you learn, if you look into it, they have a 70-mile radius. Yeah, 70 miles. Who would have thought, huh? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that old trailer there. Let's see. Zoom, zoom. Been there the whole time and no one's come back. Another abandoned property out here. Anyway, I went and looked at it once, and the crows and other birds have taken it over. So that trailer is no good. Anyway, the crows love it though. Yeah. I'm almost to the end of my little road here. Another 150 feet or so. Yep. So as soon as I got money in my bank again, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little money on the not advertising. What do they call that? The where they put your videos out on the feed, I guess, or a video. I think it's one at a time they have you do it, but yeah, I've been sharing them here and there, and that helps. That helps a little bit. My goal isn't to make money. Just get plenty of views is what my goal is. Money is not my goal. It's not what I really care to have a lot of. I've tried it before. I've been kind of rich before, and I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. It's not me. I've always been happy with less. Always been happy with little. So I just kind of go on through life, just skipping along, and I'm happy. Yeah. That's why I got to go around sometimes. It gets muddy right here. It's still all nice and okay still, except for what the cows have done to it. It's because I don't drive through it when it's wet. Some people might think, oh, why don't you just drive through it? You're not going to get stuck. Oh, yeah, probably not. But I like a good smooth road. That wind's not bothering the microphone too much. I'm gonna come up here and then I'm gonna turn around and walk back. I've been cutting down on smoking so much. But still getting my breath back. Yeah, it's funny. There's no real addiction there. I like having it around. It's gives me this sense of security. False security nonetheless, but it's security in a way. And then after that's done, I quit smoking the weedies. I like it, and it's helped me through a lot of things, depression. It's helped me to calm my anxieties. Not that I have anxiety troubles, I used to, but it helps anyways. But, normal anxieties I get, it helps. I just can't afford it much anymore. with the way life's getting expensive now. So, it's still muddy over there. Yep. Not too bad, it's starting to dry. There's my really nice neighbors over there. My vehicle broke down a couple years back. I called them and they took me over to get the parts I needed. And I gave them a couple of tires that were still good use tires. Because they didn't want any money. I guess they're like me. Appropriate that I ended up living next to them, huh? God knows what he's doing. Or she, or the Creator. The Creator knows. Always. Knows where we need to be at. And you know, every time I go by their place, I just feel the love that they have for other people. It's incredible. So, they're not light workers per se, or, you know, like we do here, or I do. I'm sure some of you that see this might, you know, you do what's called light work. It's selfless acts of service to God, making people feel enlightened, you know, if they want to. It's a beautiful, I'm going to call it a job, but you don't really get money from it unless you're doing something like a spiritual teaching class, but that's, you know, that's not my calling. That's other people's calling. Mine is this thing here and right now, what you're seeing, and anywhere else I can put my little nose in to get some information out to people. That's what I do. Or I confirm what other people have already said, back them up, you know, in comments and things. Or correct the ones that are still learning how to portray the facts. That's not always easy, though. You know, like when you're learning something new and you're the one that knows everything about it. That's the way some people kind of are. And I was that way once too, with certain things, but not too much. I'm really quite wise about spirituality, and I always have been. I just didn't really start practicing it so much till about 20 years ago, I guess. I was learning about it as I grew up, figuring things out. And I started practicing my own use of intuition. About 17 years old, I think. And I really was blown away by the power of manifestation. And I didn't even know what it was. I was just doing things a certain way and watching the results from it. Incredible. It's the law of attraction, I guess. Yeah. You give a certain energy out, and that's what it brings back. So, yeah. Some of us, though, are mysterious. You know? It's, you know, it looks like I'm a lacking poor kind of guy. Emotionally, what I've been through, yeah, I've been through a lot. That way I'm poor and maybe lacking. But in life and the way I see reality, no. I feel like I'm richer than everyone else I see. You know? And that's not to be rude. Everybody's got richness in their lives. I'll give you that for sure. But you can have more, a lot more, just by being a little bit more emotionally connected to your spiritual self rather than everything else that life has to offer. Oh, there's a nature. I mean, nothing beats nature as far as experience of beauty and harmony goes. Yeah. And the neat thing about it is you can find it within yourself, the same as you can out in the sticks, under the trees and by the water. So you don't even have to go out and about if you can. Yeah. Kind of brings back memories of some of the stories back in my school days. The teachers would read about, one was about this kid that ended up all by himself. And the only way he could figure his way back was to look into himself first. And how to figure out how to get help and get back to safety. He had to look to himself. Not only to find a way, but to find a way to survive. You know, to get through what he had to deal with. After going down in an airplane and the pilot was killed. He was the only one alive. So, looking within himself, he found all the answers he needed and the peace and quiet that he also needed to quiet his own fears of things. As soon as he did that, he started thriving. Yeah. Thriving in a way that made it so he could survive what would be seemingly impossible to deal with for a 15-year-old kid. So he, the guy who wrote that book, he must have seen that point of view from somewhere, or he went through it himself. You got to look at that and, look at the reasonings behind things. There's always a little secret there to be had. Always. Even if it's not totally a spiritual reason or understanding, it's a secret that your mind hasn't uncovered yet about everything. God's little messages. We seem to build them into things, these little messages. We don't even realize it. The way we craft things. And we're so drawn towards making them nice and perfect. Well, that's God for you. That's God for you. This video is 28 minutes long now. My goodness. Just comes right together, doesn't it? It's how easy it is to do YouTube. And if you really put some technical effort into it, you can make a pretty good living out of it too. I've watched people and studied and learned, so that if I ever decide to make money with a different kind of channel, it'll be easy for me to flow right into that. I shouldn't say if, it's about when I do it. This is not always going to be the kind of content I'm going to upload. I've got 3 other ideas right now. I'm going to continue with this channel though, and it's going to be the spiritual guidance channel. Yeah. Don't give me no money. I don't need it. What I need is results. That's all I need. You give me that and I'll feel like I'm fulfilled to the brim. I'll have my other channels to make money with. And right now, come on, brain. Get a I draw, I guess it's called supplemental security income, you know, and that's been going for 22 years. It's never enough. Yeah, I got the attention deficit and the physical troubles. But if I can walk like this, for the most part, and talk, then I can certainly do that with other kinds of subjects. You know, air, water, fire, dirt, whatever. Whatever of the elements I want to put into my video, I can do it. And make money off of that. It's all a process. Might seem tough. It is tough. You don't just get a jump on the amusement ride with YouTube. You got to work your way up. And it's possible. Totally possible. Why do you think there's others doing it? Time for a little break. You know, it's clear like this out here most of the year, actually. And then sometimes of the year, it gets really cloudy. And they'll come down and hug the mountains. It's pretty nice. Of course, it rains a lot, though. I felt pretty lucky so far. These last 5 years or so I've been at this spot over here. It hasn't rained too much except for once. So, and that's quite that's in contrast to what I used to see over here when I lived over by the highway about 12 miles that way. And I'd look over here and see so many clouds raining down all the time. I thought, I don't know if I want to live over there. You know, when life changed to the point where I needed to move to a more peaceful area, it just happened to be where it was, over here in this area. So, I guess God's smiling down on me, keeping that rain off of me, so I can live here. Besides that, I blessed it when I got here, so I'm sure that helped. I'm sure that helped a lot. I bless everywhere I go, and you can feel it when you go back. I'm gonna be back in a few minutes. I wonder what all that is right there. Something shiny, I don't know. It's not really showing up on the camera. Oh, there it is. I wonder what that is. Weird. Looks like it's been there for a while now. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Yep, I will. I'll be back again. Oh, by the way, the tablet that I put up for the giveaway thing, you know, I mean, it's up to you people. Like, subscribe on that video, leave a comment. March 21st, I'm giving the tablet away. I'll be putting another video up of it here soon, just to show it turned on and playing a video. That way you know it definitely works. I get that sensation. Some people are like, does this thing really work? It works. Trust me. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.